No, I didn't notice you had moved the on-air sign in between us.
Oh, yes. That's so we know what we're doing.
Yes.
Welcome to the Movie Madhouse. I'm Rob.
I'm James.
I'm Jason.
And I forgot to turn on my light. That's where we're missing some
There
of the
we
light.
go.
Wondered why it was so dark.
Geez, New Year and everything just
look at
like
this.
so funny.
That's
finger,
right.
Finger walking on air.
Do.
Oh, boo. Boo.
I'll give him credit for that one. That was good.
No, it was not.
But yeah, no buzz. So apparently we need to get you a microphone.
Oh, he has one.
No, I mean a better one, that compression one. That's just that's my portable walkabout microphone.
It gets the job done.
But yep, now we know for sure because literally there's not a buzz.
Mm-hmm. So yep, that microphone was that one of the originals?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's had a good run.
Yeah. The one you had, the one he had, and the one that's out there with Tyler Main signature.
Yep.
That's the 3 original.
Okay.
This was the other one I got to replace the Tyler one.
Okay. Well,
yeah, I guess
you
doesn't owe
suspected
us
it for a
anything.
long time because
Yeah.
you did replace the cable. So.
And it doesn't owe us a thing.
Nope.
So, all right, let's jump into this one because
So-
I am excited for this one.
Yeah, there's some good stuff coming this year.
There looks to be some great
And
stuff coming.
For
out.
me to rank these was tricky.
Yeah.
Because like what the movies that I had thought for a long time might be my number one, it's not anymore.
There was 2 coming out I want on my list, but they didn't quite make it.
Okay. Huh?
Okay. Three honorable mentions.
There we go. I got 5.
I have 4. So
3, 4, and 5. Look at that.
Nice.
All right. So you know what? We're just going to jump right into it. Let me find the button to hit number 10. Jason, what's your number 10 most anticipated movie coming out in 2024?
now again, up until a few weeks ago, this movie would have been much higher.
Okay.
But Godzilla -1 really changed my perspective on Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire.
Oh yeah.
It changed it?
Yes. And rewatched a good chunk of Godzilla versus Kong just yesterday.
Yeah.
And some of the story elements, because again, Godzilla -1 was so good, story and everything, that the really like you really got to suspend your disbelief a little too much in Godzilla versus Kong with a few things.
Oh, for the Hollow Earth.
The Hollow Earth, and
it just makes me want to rewatch Kong Skull Island. That movie is just so good.
yeah, Skull Island is great.
Cam and I went to, what did we just go see recently? What's new in the theaters?
Wonka,
Aquaman. No, something just opened up. It was
I don't know.
well, we were just there playing
Barbie?
Oh,
no.
It was when we went to go see Iron Claw.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
one of the trailers
That's one of them.
in the front of it was Godzilla X Kong, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we watched the trailer and I leaned to Cam. I said, you know what? I was so excited to see this movie until I saw that trailer.
Mhm.
Because I didn't know it was Hollow Earth, which, okay, I can buy into.
Right.
But then right near the end, they have the shot of Kong and Godzilla running together towards something. And I'm thinking, this is like a buddy cop movie
It's
all
like-
of a
Yep.
sudden.
Yep. Now
It's
they're
like
gonna be besties this time.
So yeah, mine was higher. Mine's number 10 now.
Like I'm still looking forward to it because it's Godzilla and it's Kong, and like it's still gonna have some awesome monster fights. But I'm not as hyped for it as I was.
I really enjoyed Godzilla versus Kong, but I'm surprised that I have not had the desire to watch it again.
Yeah, it's still fun.
And why would Kong leave the Hollow Earth? He looked happy there.
Right?
Exactly. There's your question.
Did Godzilla come to the Hollow Earth that's being invaded? We don't know yet.
That's just it. Yeah, we
That's
don't know
true.
anything. So,
yeah.
but that's my number 10, Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire.
Mine was 10. I just changed it for that
Okay.
reason.
Okay.
Because you reminded me of that buddy cop running scene. No, it just dropped to 11.
Okay. All right.
James, what's your number 10 most anticipated film?
Okay. My number 10 is The Strangers Chapter 1.
Ah, yes. I read about that.
I had forgotten that they were doing another another film in this series, and I think it's by the title, chapter 1. It's supposed to be a prequel.
That sounds like it.
And I'm a huge fan of the first one.
Yeah.
I'm also a big fan of the second one, because the second one, it wasn't as scary. It brought more entertainment into it because the family that they're terrorizing actually fights back. This one, two things got me intrigued. One, it's maybe like an origin story or prequel, so it has the three, maybe how they become that way. The summary is very vague, but it's directed by Rennie Harlan.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I did that too. I went, oh.
Okay, I know the name.
Die Hard 2,
Cutthroat Island.
Cutthroat. Oh, Jesus.
So okay, actiony guy.
Was it Long Kiss Goodnight?
Yeah.
Okay.
But Die Hard 2 was, I guess, what was mainly known for. Yeah, he did Driven, big deal. But let me see, because there was the stupid Hercules movie.
See, I haven't watched any of The Strangers. I don't go to horror all that much.
He did The Exorcist at the beginning, the one that got initially released. Mindhunters, Cliffhanger.
Okay.
Deep, the original Deep Blue Sea.
The original. Okay.
That part's important.
Yes, very much so.
Adventures of Fort Fairlane.
That was fun.
I don't know if I ever watched that. And I was a big Dice fan back in the day.
If you're a big Dice fan, you got to watch Fort Fairlane, if nothing else.
When I was a teenager, I had a big boombox that had the double tape deck, and one of the tape decks, would automatically flip sides. So it would just keep playing. So I would put comedy tapes in there on a low volume and have that playing as I'm sleeping. So Dice would be in there, Sam Kinison, Rodney Dangerfield. Like I would listen to them in my sleep.
Yep. Yep. Oh yeah. I used to love Dice back in the day.
Oh, well, yeah, definitely not politically correct and yada yada. And I actually haven't seen or heard anything of him in a few years now. So
last I saw was a clip of him on the Joe Rogan podcast or Joe Rogan show or whatever.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Joe Rogan Experience. There you go.
I know there was talk a couple years ago of Dice and Roseanne Barr doing something.
He did have a TV show that took place in Vegas for a few seasons there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw one episode. My best friend Bevan, he was a big fan of it. It looked pretty funny.
But yes, back to your pick.
Yes,
The Strangers
chapter 1.
The Strangers was really good with Liv Tyler and is it Scott Speedman?
Scott Speedman, yeah.
I think that Xander was watching one of those movies. I don't know if it was the first or the second. Xander was watching one of them a couple weeks ago. So
the second one had Christina from Mad Men.
Hendricks?
Christina Hendricks.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I have to watch 2. I'm writing that down.
has a great soundtrack. It was just a very fun movie.
The Strangers.
That one was called Pray at Night.
Pray with an E, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. They changed up the actors that played the quote unquote strangers, but they're wearing masks
because they're wearing masks. Exactly. Yeah. Wow. Good pick. My number 10, which is just bumped up from 11, and I want to see this.
Yeah.
It's called Lisa Frankenstein.
Oh, I've seen pictures.
I only just recently heard of it.
Yes. 2 reasons I want to see it. One, because it sounds like fun. This girl basically creates her boyfriend from parts, or brings up a person from history that she adored and keeps him alive with parts. I'm not 100% on the plot.
Somebody creating a Frankenstein's monster type thing. Okay.
Exactly.
It makes me think of, there was a metal band called Gorgeous Frankenstein, which was Doyle from the Misfits.
Oh, neat.
And then there's Casanova Frankenstein.
Yeah. Well,
with the pinky of death.
This one I really want to see because of the director. First time director.
Oh, okay.
Zelda Williams.
Who's that?
Never heard of her.
Let's all remember how big of a gaming fan Robin Williams was.
Oh, this is his daughter.
This is his daughter.
Really?
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
So I am very anxious to see.
I'm very curious. Very curious.
Yep. It was cool. I saw the trailer a couple times. It's like, oh, cool. I got to keep that in the side of my, log that away. and then it said directed by, and it's like, what? Wait a minute.
Yeah, I just saw a reference to it in some article randomly like a few days ago, and then it was on my list when I was researching to do this. So
Yep.
No, all right, but I'm curious now.
Yeah, definitely. I'm curious to see what the spawn of a comedic genius can do.
Yeah.
With a comedy.
But it doesn't sound like she's really like trading on the name or anything. Like,
no, and it's not her, like it's her feature directorial debut. She's done some small stuff. I saw a few shorts in there, and I think an episode of a TV show here and there.
Okay.
But this is her first feature film.
Nice.
Cool. So, because I was the same way. It's like, she's just jumping into the field now, but no, she's been there.
She's been there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Lisa Frankenstein.
Yes. Number 9, Jason.
So when I'm researching the list and I, give me a list of all the movies scheduled for release, I knew there was a movie coming out soon that wasn't in that list.
This is the one.
This is the one. Comes out this Friday. Mean Girls.
Oh,
the musical.
Really?
They made a Broadway musical about it, and it was very, very, very well received. And
so this isn't just a filmed version.
No. This is a film musical rendition. But Tina Fey and I believe Tim Meadows are both back. But Tina Fey wrote this, so it's her baby. Of course, she's going to be there.
Really?
I love Mean Girls, and the musicals. What I've heard of the musical, because I haven't heard the whole thing, but it's going to be fun. And I know Crystal will probably want to go see it. So
I can't balk it until I watch it, because literally we were watching Roku one night, and an ad came up for Heathers the musical. It's like, wait, what?
Yep.
So we started watching it, and it's different. And I got halfway through it, and then ended up putting on Heathers because I needed to bleach my eyes and
I
have the original back in.
I've only heard one song from Heathers the musical, "Freeze Your Brain," I think it was called. I have not seen the whole movie.
How do you work "Fuck Me Gently" with a chainsaw into a song?
Right? That's what I waited for, but I never did it. So I don't know.
With talent.
Yes. I liked Mean Girls. I don't know that I'm ready for a musical of it, but sight unseen.
Because I know Crystal will probably want to go see it. So I'm anxious to see it. It'll be fun.
Mean Girls the musical.
Yep. They're making musicals about everything now.
And actually, the poster is at the theater right now.
Yep.
Doesn't it say "Plastic Never Dies" or something?
Yep.
That's the tagline or the subtitle.
Yep. Now I want to watch Heathers again. Son of a bitch. James, what's your number 9?
Okay, let me just double check. Yeah, okay. My number 9 is directed by Eli Roth. And I've pretty much been a fan ever since he broke out with Hostel, Hostel 2, Cabin Fever, The House with a Clock in Its Walls, which is just awesome. Jack Black and Kate Blanchett.
That's more family friendly, isn't it?
It's more family friendly, but I was skeptical because it's Eli Roth.
Yeah, exactly.
And he just made it super fun. And his version of Death Wish, he is directing the Borderlands movie.
That's right.
See, I saw that in the list, but I've only ever played one of the games. I'm not invested there, so
I'm a huge fan.
All right,
almost as big a fan as my friend Bevan, because I can't wrap my head around Borderlands 3. It's just too different than the other games. But Borderlands 1, 2, and the pre-sequel.
I love that. The pre-sequel.
Yeah,
yeah. It's this low because I'm skeptical on how it translates, and they're kind of blending a bunch of things. Like they've got characters that aren't in the first game in the movie. So
video game adaptions are always sketchy.
Yeah, but it's Eli Roth, not Uwe Boll,
which
so
is
it
true,
should be okay.
Which is why it's on my list, but not up at the top.
Yeah, exactly. That gives it promise.
Yes. As long as Uwe Boll's not attached, there's a chance.
And Eli Roth had to step away for reshoots to do Thanksgiving, so Tim Miller came in and did the reshoots.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That's an interesting poll. All right.
Because I saw that on the list, and I played Borderlands, and I think I started 2, but that's all I've played.
2 is so much fun because of Handsome Jack, the main villain. The guy
that's
who does
the one I played.
The guy who does the voice he's such a fun dick to listen to.
Yeah.
I like the art style in that game too.
Oh yeah, the cell shading.
So now is this going to be pure live action?
Yeah, it's live action.
Okay.
Jack Black is the voice of Claptrap.
So no way.
I think they're kind of missing out there, and they should kind of go for a similar look and go for like a rotoscope kind of situation.
I'm very
like a Scanner Darkly.
Yeah.
Yes,
but do it in the cell shading.
It fits the game though.
Yep.
You know, I think that would work well. But
and I'm very curious about the cast, just because of like those out. Though for those of you out there who know the game, Tiny Tina is Ariana Greenblatt.
I don't know who that is.
Mm,
I know who Tiny Tina is,
I
but
knew
I don't
the
know who Ariana
name.
Greenblatt is.
Oh, she was the Ahsoka.
No, that's Rosario Dawson.
No, young Ahsoka. She
Young-
was also young
young
Gamora.
Yep.
Oh,
Gamora.
really?
She was
Yeah,
in that movie
okay.
65. Anyway,
Yes.
Lilith is played by Kate Blanchett. Claptrap is Jack Black. Kevin Hart plays Roland. I'm a little skeptical about that.
Okay, this is starting to sound like another Jumanji flick.
Tanis is Jamie Lee Curtis. Let's see.
Hmm.
Gina Gershon.
What?
Can you guess
She-
who she's playing? Moxie.
Moxie. I don't remember Moxie.
She was like she's had like 5 husbands, and she's like the sultry MILF
yes.
kind of in the game.
But-
Okay.
Gina Gershon, really? I haven't heard that name in ages.
Anyway, that's the main cast. So I'm intrigued about that.
Okay, yeah. I'm a little more intrigued than I was. Just like I said, I love Borderlands. When I played it, it's not Fallout for me.
Mm-hmm.
But now knowing a little bit more about it, I want to see.
And that was years ago. The one podcast I used to listen to, the Rotcast, I remember writing in like in an email because they were big fans of Fallout and they mentioned Borderlands. And I was a huge fan of Borderlands and I couldn't really get into Fallout. And I'm like, what's the difference really between these? And
day and night.
They made it very simple. Fallout is an RPG with shooter elements. Borderlands is a shooter with RPG elements.
Yeah.
So like, okay, I get it. That's why I didn't find Fallout as enjoyable, but I didn't give it a serious shot.
Yeah. No, Fallout rocks. I'm waiting for that TV show.
Oh yes. Not to jump on another side tangent. Have either of you watched the season 1 of Silo?
Never heard of it.
Rebecca Ferguson, Tim Robbins.
Never heard of it.
Nope.
Oh my god,
That's the problem. There's so many freaking shows out on so many different
that's true.
platforms.
And I just happened to hear about it. But look it up. It's society. This lives in this like underground bunker called a silo, and nobody's been outside in like over 100 years.
Copyright infringements. That's the shelter. That's their stole our story, Jason Mack.
Anyway, look it up later. Watch the trailer or something.
Add to that side note. Okay, you said there's a Fallout TV show coming?
Yeah.
I wasn't aware. Who's making it?
Very soon.
It's Amazon, I believe.
Okay, live action, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
The people behind Westworld.
Yes.
Yes.
Walton Goggins is in it as a ghoul.
Oh, okay.
And I've seen shots of him from the show, and it looks good.
That's the image. I didn't know that's what that's from. I saw some weird image of Walton Goggins, and that's him. Like,
Yep.
okay.
So yeah.
But talk about awesome video game adaptation shows. Golden Globes were last night, and Nick Offerman won for his spot on Last of Us.
Yes.
Excellent.
So
Best episode of that season, and one of the most beautiful episodes of a TV show I've seen.
They adapted that story so well.
See, and I'm not
But
familiar with.
It was Neil Zuckerman? No. Who's the guy who wrote that?
I don't know.
wrote
Yeah.
the episode or
No, the game. I think Neil Zuckerman was the director, but he wrote the screenplay for the TV show as well, like the adaptation. And they adapted that so well. They changed what they needed to. They kept what they did. Oh yeah, I could do a whole episode on that show.
I just love that Nick Offerman got the award, but Pedro Pascal did not win. He lost to Kieran Culkin for Succession, and Kieran Culkin, in his exception, said, "Suck it, Pedro."
Oh,
There we go.
that's another
Making
show.
friends.
That's another show on my list to possibly check out.
Yes,
But Nick Offerman winning, that's perfect.
that is good. He deserved
so
it.
good.
Mm-hmm.
So back to our topic.
Halo season 2 coming out too.
I haven't watched one.
Oh.
My number 9, because we're still on 9.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. These things happen organically.
That's what we do.
You saw how we drifted around that rabbit hole train.
It's what we do.
Mine, I am waiting for now more than ever because I didn't know it existed till I did research for this show.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Alien Romulus.
Oh.
I've only just been hearing about it over the last couple days.
It
That is
takes
my number
place.
4.
Is it?
Yeah.
It takes place between Alien and Aliens.
Sure.
Directed by Fede Alvarez.
The only thing I'm hearing is because it's going to be a young cast dealing with it, and some people are up in arms about it because they're not following the Ripley blueprint. but I don't care. That sounds cool. Like, give me more aliens. Sure. If it fits between the first two films, it doesn't matter. It's going to be its own standalone story.
No,
Now, if they shoehorn connecting it to other shit,
well, we'll have to see how they do it.
yeah, like you got to really be careful trying to shoehorn in and retconning, right?
They should have put it between 2 and 3, and this is when you find out that Hicks and Newt were actually taken off the ship and dummies were put on the ship. So dummies died in 3, and Newt and Hicks are still alive.
I personally still wish
That's
they would
wishful thinking, pal.
I'm good
I
with
personally still wish they would have continued after Covenant, because I loved Michael Fassbender doing that shit.
that. Yes.
But apparently Fede Alvarez showed it to Ridley Scott, and Ridley Scott said it was fucking great.
Yeah, I
So-
did some more reading, and this is the reason one of the reasons he backed off on his is because of this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Fede Alvarez's track record, Evil Dead, Don't Breathe. Did he do another one after Don't Breathe? Is he, like something
Did he do the
that
sequel?
No, he didn't do the sequel.
I got to be honest, I don't know.
But
But the two movies you mentioned were both really good.
yeah,
So
he's got quite the track record so far. Not FedEx, Fede. Jesus, autocorrect.
Autocorrect says, no, you're wrong. It's FedEx.
Oh, he did The Girl in the Spider's Web, which was good for not being connected to
The other ones.
the other English language remake or the original trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Text? No.
Now, did Fincher do the original of those, or did he do the
No.
remakes?
He did the remake.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's what I'm looking forward to.
Alien Romulus.
Alien Romulus. Jason, number 8.
Number 8, because it is getting released.
Ooh.
Coyote versus Acme.
Do what?
Oh, yeah.
This is the movie that Warner Brothers had canceled. We're refusing to release. It's basically John Cena interacting with Looney Tunes characters. It's a modern version of like a Roger Rabbit type of thing.
Yeah, and they got the rights to shop it around.
Yes,
And who picked it up?
I'm not sure, but it is getting a release. Warner Brothers said they weren't going to, but they allowed the filmmakers to shop it around, and it is coming out. But the early reviews are that it's going to be really good. It's a new generation Roger Rabbit. It's John Cena, so you know it's going to be money. And yeah, I'm curious. I'm all in. I want it. I want to see that.
This was not on my list.
This is you didn't hear that whole story about them. It's like it's got like another $30 million or whatever, $100 million, whatever that they've wanted to shelve.
No.
Another write-off like Batgirl.
Yeah, they tried, but there was online outcry, and the filmmakers were pissed, and they fought, and they were able to shop it around and get it distributed.
Holy crap. Development began August 2018.
Well, yeah, and then you got to remember the pandemic came in too, right? So that skews a lot of shit.
There's only 3 people listed in the cast right now. This is on Wikipedia.
Mhm.
Will Forte as Wile E. Coyote's lawyer, John Cena as the Acme Corporation's lawyer, and Lana Condor.
I don't know who that is.
Neither do I.
But yeah, just the hype I'm hearing about it, and I'm give me a new Roger Rabbit. I'm all in. I'll take it.
Yeah, on November 9th, 2023, Warner Brothers officials announced that the film was completed, but they would not release it because Warner Brothers Discovery preferred to claim a tax loss of about $30 million. The crew was not informed of the decision until after the film was completed. The movie drew criticism from filmmakers, animation outlets, and talent representatives. Several left angry phone calls with Warner Brothers expressing their frustration at the move, because that would have been 2 in a row.
Yep.
November 13th, Puck reported studio leaders had reversed their decision and allowed the filmmakers the option to shop the film to other distributors.
4 days. 4 days with that news, and that's all it took for them to back down.
Yep. And then December 8th, Deadline Hollywood further reported the film had been screened for more studios, including Paramount and Sony, and of those, Netflix and Paramount had made bids, with the latter including a theatrical component. Amazon is still interested despite making no formal bids, and Sony and Apple are not planning to make bids. So it doesn't have distribution, but it has interest.
Yeah,
So
it will
it
get.
is.
And if it's Paramount, then in Canada it'll be on Prime.
Exactly.
So
Or Paramount Plus.
that's still a part of Prime. That's an add-on to Prime still.
Yeah, but it's its own channel, because I can get Paramount Plus all by itself.
Oh, can you? I didn't think
Oh,
you
yeah.
could in Canada.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had it that way. I've had it both ways before, actually.
Okay. I didn't think you could in Canada. I thought you had to go through Prime, but whatever. Either way, I'm going to see the damn movie.
Yeah. Dang. That may have made my list. No, it wouldn't have, but I want to see it. So,
Yeah.
okay, James, top that.
This is number
8.
9. Number 8 is Deadpool 3.
Ah, where did that rank on me?
That's my number 2.
That's number 2. That's my number 1.
And it would be higher. It's just, and I think I was skeptical about Deadpool 2 as well. And I don't know why. Maybe because this is the third director for the third movie.
Mm-hmm.
They have Logan. They have Logan coming back for this one, but then there's so many rumors on who isn't going to show up in this.
That's what's got me. I
don't want it to lose what made the first 2 great.
Oh no, and I don't think it will, especially with Ryan Reynolds at the helm, because of how he did it in the first and second one.
Maybe once they put a teaser, teaser or trailer out
with
there.
His thing with Negasonic Teenage Warhead at the door going, wow, big mansion, only see the 2 of you. Not like the studio could afford a couple more X-Men. And then in the second one, they did that cameo of the X-Men with him bitching away.
Speaking of which, where the hell is everybody?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So this is why I think it's going to be fun.
Oh, I have all faith in Reynolds. Okay. When it comes to this project, I have complete faith in Reynolds. I am leery because it is a new writing team, a new director.
And Disney.
Like they're fucking everything up. But
I'm not convinced that it's going to be as.
So far, they've been pretty hands off. They know it's been working,
rated
so
R,
they're not.
The other 2.
But it is rated R.
Just
That's
remember
what they say.
Just remember, this is the last one. Reynolds said he's done.
Yeah,
or at least he's moved his production company off the studio
because he finally got Hugh Jackman.
And I was just gonna say, didn't Hugh Jackman say Logan was his last?
That's
one?
true. That is true.
Yeah.
Yes. If it makes $1 billion, I'm sure
never
they'll
say never.
He'll probably put that red suit on whenever they ask. But
yeah,
he's implied that this may be the last one. So,
and I gotta admit, I kind of hope so. I hope this one is amazing, and then you can, end it on a good note, not on a loss or you're quitting because you have to.
I don't think it'll be the last time we see Reynolds as Deadpool. I think we'll see him in X movies and stuff or whatever. But I think this will be the last standalone Deadpool flick.
Maybe. Let's see. Who was this? Mike said, bring in Catherine Kennedy to smooth out the Deadpool franchise, right? No more knives.
He's trying to poke the bear.
Yeah.
Especially with the latest Star Wars news.
Do you know is it
latest? How latest?
The Rise of Skywalker sequel with a woman director, the first woman to direct a Star Wars movie.
Oh, the Rey series?
And it's a woman who has never directed a feature film. She's only done documentaries prior to this. And 9 years ago, because she does a lot of feminist movement stuff and female empowerment and all that stuff, she is quoted directly as saying that her main premise is to make men uncomfortable. Now, I understand that there are girls and women who are fans of Star Wars, but no one can deny that probably more than 75% of the Star Wars fan base are men. So if you're going to spit in our fucking faces, we're not going to watch it.
Put it this
way.
She
did say that 9 years ago. So
I met someone who was a major player in not only Star Wars, but Lucasfilm. Okay. And we became great friends because the first conversation we had was me likening Kathleen Kennedy to Vince Russo.
Oh,
yes. Because to me, that's exactly what she is. Vince Russo with Vince McMahon was a great combination because they bounce shit off each other, they polish it up, and then put it out. Vince Russo by himself in WCW, the guardrails were off. He says, I am God. And yeah, Kathleen Kennedy has worked with amazing directors and amazing producers. By herself, she sucks.
Yep.
And I said that to him. He looked at me. He goes, you have mirrored exactly what I have experienced. So
it's good to know you're not alone and from somebody on the inside.
Exactly. Did you just assume the fandom's identity, Jason? I feel like he did.
Yeah.
I feel like he did.
Come on now.
All right. Well, my number 8. Mm-hmm. And again, I saw a trailer for this about 3 months ago. And it wasn't until I was going through the list that I realized I haven't seen anything from it since, but it's supposed to come out, I think, March or April. It's ISS.
I just saw the trailer for that at Iron Claw,
Yes, International Space Station.
where war
it's
breaks
about-
out on Earth.
Yeah, there's Russian and American people on the space station, and they're sitting there giggling and getting along. He goes, up here, there's no politics. Up here, blah, 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 we're all one people. And then they look down and they can see explosions on the planet.
They
and
see nuclear war happening.
It's on, like the planet is on fire.
Really?
And suddenly they get a message from the US going, eliminate the Russians on the ship. And they're going, well, if we got this message, they got that message. And it turns into paranoia.
Yep.
Like,
I have not heard of this.
And since it's on the space station, you got to be careful because everybody could die with the
Yeah.
wrong move.
pop one little hole in a wall.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, I did see that. That does look intense.
So I am very excited to see that one.
Mhm.
Just for the premise alone.
Well, I recognize some of the cast in it. I do not recognize the director.
Oh, like I said, the trailer looks good, but
I-
trailers can be deceiving. so,
True. That is true. But
We'll
it does.
see.
The trailer did look intense, though.
Yes.
Kind of reminds me of like DEFCON 4.
I don't remember that
It's a
film. I know
sci-
it exists.
Yeah, they're up in space or up orbiting, and basically they lose contact for several months, and then by the time they land, it's basically there's been a nuclear holocaust and like Mad Max kind of thing. So
That'd be cool. Mike Lou says anti-gun propaganda in space. Well, they have no guns up there. Well, oh God, you wouldn't want a gun up there.
Nope. No, you would not.
Oh, they can easily slip in a few anti-guns,
Mhm.
Never thought of that. All right, we're on number 7. Jason.
My number 7 is Dune Part 2. I really, really liked the first one. I thought it was a beautiful spectacle. Denis Villeneuve knows what he's doing. I've never read the book, but I understand. Well, I liked it a lot better than the David Lynch film. Okay, let's put it that way.
Sometimes it's better not to. If you really enjoy one source,
Mhm.
don't infect it with another.
Right.
I did that with It. I love the TV show It. I watched it a couple times because I recorded it when it came out, right?
Mhm.
On
oh, you mean
VHS.
the
The original TV
the
series.
mini,
Yes,
the
miniseries.
miniseries.
The original
Yeah,
miniseries.
yeah.
And then I read the book and I realized how much the end of that movie sucked. And I could never really watch it again. It's taken me a long time.
I still love I love all three. I love the miniseries because I get nostalgic watching the entire 3 hours of that because I saw it when it initially premiered on TV. The book is the only book that's ever scared me, and the new movies are just different enough
Yeah,
that
exactly.
I appreciate them.
I still haven't watched chapter 2.
Oh,
Oh,
dude.
so good.
We got to catch you up.
But yeah, Dune Part 2, I'm all in. And, I have an even more of an appreciation for Timothy Chalamet after Wonka. So, yeah, I'll take more of
See,
that.
And I haven't seen one, but all I know is in the trailers of 2, he's kissing MJ.
Yeah.
That shit won't fly.
It's a Dune.
They hooked up in the first one.
Spidey will kick the shit
That-
out
not-
of him.
well, kinda.
I don't know. Paul Muad'Dib, he's got some
Spider-Man.
power.
He
Yeah,
can
but
lift freaking buses and he can hold a split in half ferry together.
and Muad'Dib has the what's the weirding way?
Sandworms.
He's got the weirding way or whatever. There's power, and yes, a big ass sandworm. Come on, Spidey,
Okay.
take that down.
Okay, okay.
What is he gonna do? Punch the worm from the
We'll
inside?
call it a draw. We'll call it a draw.
Part one is a solid movie. It didn't blow my hair back or anything. It's a great looking movie. It's solid, but it is clearly a part one.
Yes.
I'm not looking for that in a movie, obviously.
Yeah.
No, nothing's gonna blow my hair back. Sorry, I had to.
Well, I don't think this movie's gonna either, but it's a good looking movie.
Yeah, I do want to watch it because I didn't mind the David Lynch one. I've never read the books.
Mm-mm.
I've never read the
Right.
books. I tried to watch the David Lynch one. I
It's
turned it off.
Confusing as hell.
I did see
Yes.
the first TV movie, which I thought was really good. I didn't see the second one.
Yeah, I never watched the TV movies. I know I watched the Lynch one a few times, but compared to this one, I'll take the new one.
My younger
Yeah.
brother Jordy, he's read a ton of the books.
Okay. Well, let's see what your number 7 is.
My number seven is a movie called Civil War.
Yes.
It is the
Mm.
latest from Alex Garland. Now, while I haven't seen Men, I saw Ex Machina, which was great. I saw Annihilation, which I thought was a huge step up, even though a lot of people call it a step down. I thought Oscar Isaac and Natalie Portman did a great job
was
in that
good.
movie.
I didn't care for
I
it.
didn't mind it. I didn't blow my hair back.
I didn't care
but
for it.
Yeah.
I did enjoy
I thought
watching
the
it.
effects were amazing, especially the bear
Yes.
and the alligator. But
And the whole fungal thing too.
yeah,
You know?
Jennifer Jason Leigh was great in that one. I didn't see Men, and I heard very mixed things about it. I'll see it one of these days, but still, this one looks like another civil war taking place in the States, but I think in the distant or near future.
Yeah,
I
that
think.
post-apocalyptic.
Yeah.
Dystopian. There we go. That's better.
Thank you.
I saw the trailer and my mind immediately said, "Oh, it's the big budget version of Amerigeddon."
No, this is what's going to happen in about 2 years. The
Yeah.
States is almost
Very
there
possible,
now. Yes.
It sure feels like it.
Well, see, I know mine won't happen in the near future
Okay.
because my number 7, the trailer confused me when I first watched it because it looks so serious,
Okay.
right? You've got everybody playing on the beach, and then this big storm front moves in, and people are in the Ferris wheel, and you're going, "What the heck?" And then all of a sudden, ice spikes start shooting out of everywhere.
Okay. Yep.
Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire.
There's a trailer for that already?
That's your number 1.
That is my number
Oh
one.
yeah, you haven't seen?
No.
Oh yeah. It's
I didn't know they were that far along.
Oh, it's coming. That's my number 1 because Afterlife just crushed it for me.
I still haven't seen that.
I'm torn as to which of the long-awaited sequels I like more.
Wait a minute. I thought Deadpool 3 was your 1.
No, that's my number 2.
Oh, okay.
Deadpool 3 was number 2. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is number 1.
Okay.
Gotta see Afterlife.
Afterlife
Yeah.
versus
it's-
Top Gun Maverick. I don't know which one of the long-awaited sequels I love more.
Top Gun
but-
Maverick is so good.
Yes, it is.
They both did beautiful work doing callbacks without diving too deep.
Mhm.
Without fan service.
Exactly. Like
Right.
this, like it brings Zool, you have
Yep.
Zool back.
Yep.
But it's not stupid in a way that feels like fan service. Okay, if that makes sense.
They
Girl-
told a new story with enough of the same elements and some of the same threads and
Yep.
the callbacks and whatnot. And then having the cast appear.
Literally, the only two similarities are Zool and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
I did like, and the
Yeah.
the only thing I really saw, because I was still at the
And
theater
the
when
Hellhound.
I was still at the theater when it came out. I saw the post-credit scenes where you see Winston pops up
Mhm.
and where Sigourney Weaver pops up.
Yeah.
Where
Yes.
they're doing the shock test.
Yep.
But Annie Potts was in there again.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm really anxious for this one. That's why it's my number 1, because Afterlife was just so damn good and nostalgic in all the right ways. Great new cast. The young kids in there were great.
Yep,
Paul
everybody
Rudd is
from Afterlife.
fantastic.
Paul
You
Rudd
know.
is always fantastic.
So
Yeah.
that's why it's my number 1.
With this one, I really wish Conan was still on the air because I really want Paul Rudd to go on Conan and show a clip of
Back
this
in me.
movie. Exactly.
he did a very recent one of that and I can't remember if it was Conan talking to Timothy Oliphant or something. It was
No,
Bill Hader.
Bill Hader.
yeah.
Yep, I saw that.
He leaves just enough time in between that they forget.
Yep. Because he goes, Bill Hader's doing this thing, and he goes, yeah, we were doing the test, and they did this, and made fun, and that's when Paul Rudd walks out, and he goes, no, you tell him the truth. He goes, what do you mean? He goes, we recorded that. He goes, and you could see Bill Hader going, oh crap, right? Like a look on his face. He goes, here, roll the clip. So Conan goes, roll the clip. Boom, Mac and me. That is like the best gag
That
ever.
is. Yes, it is.
But yeah, Frozen Empire. I'm hoping it captures the same thing. And
Oh, it's still Jason Reitman. It's still the same.
Yeah.
So yeah,
If it-
I have all the faith there.
if it feels the same, I'm a happy guy.
The trailer just felt right to me. So
Okay, we're on to number 6, Jason.
number 6, Ballerina.
It is not Jason Reitman.
It's not.
Well, one of the writers, but he's not directing it.
Well, I'm still in, anyways.
He's helping.
Okay. Well, my number 6 is Ballerina.
Oh,
You want to give me more in the John Wick universe? I will happily
Oh,
take it.
that's my number 1.
That's your number 1.
Yeah.
Yes.
More in the John Wick universe, along with a cameo by John Wick.
That's what they're saying. Yep. So where does it fall in the timeline? That'll be interesting. But anything connected to John Wick, I want more. The Continental was great. I love the movies and the Continental. Give me that. Just give me more of that stuff.
What's interesting as a side note, we're on number 6, and every single one of our number ones has been told already.
Oh yeah.
Not entirely surprised though.
Yeah.
My number 1 and 2 kind of flip flopped a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. I had a hard time with my 1 and 2. I ended up going Deadpool 3 because I watch Deadpool more than I watch this sequel that's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a little leery on the sequel, but I still want to see it. So that's the reason for that. But I still got to watch the John Wick series.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. But yes, give me anything John Wick. I want it. I want more.
Yeah.
I like the world that they built there.
And that's good when you can build a solid world like that. All right, James, what's your number 6?
My number 6 is Bad Boys 4. Well, at least that's what it's being called at the moment.
What?
Oh yes. Well, they left. Three was so good after such a long absence, and the post-credit scene left a little tag, a teaser for the next one. So, despite Will Smith's smacking Chris Rock across the face, they were able to get him back for this. And Martin Lawrence, I don't think, was doing much.
I still haven't seen 3.
Three is really good. Bad Boys for Life. It is really, really good. I think I might still have 2 up there as the high watermark out of that trilogy, but 3 was surprisingly great.
See, I haven't gone back to any of those.
They had Joey Pants back, and they had the stupid thing where like blah blah blah. You didn't shoot people. He's like, Cap, I shot people.
See, I haven't watched 3, and I got to get over my my distaste for Will.
Yeah,
it's been long enough.
What did you have that distaste before he smacked him?
No, it was 100% for what happened that night.
Okay.
For the fact that he did it and then didn't have the decency to just leave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
see, I saw it before that happened.
Now, I understand everything going on behind the scenes, which is lessened the blow for me as far as that stuff goes, but it's just, and I need to get past it.
And
whatever.
I watched the tail end of the Chris Rock show where he finally addressed it.
Oh my God, yeah.
But yeah, almost even better than that is what I watched the tail end of the Marlon Wayans stand-up show called God Loves Me. And he explains why he thought that was justified because all the shit that Chris Rock had done to him. He's like, why did Will do this to Chris Rock? Because God loves me. And how he wanted to date Jada and he got cock blocked by someone. It's hilarious. It doesn't forgive what he did, but it puts a little more another perspective on it.
Okay.
I didn't know Marlon Wayans had a stand-up special. I need to find that.
That's good. Dr. Stevel said Deadpool 3. Yeah, we've hit Deadpool 3.
Yep.
3 times.
You just knew it was going to be on the list. So.
It's number 1 and 2, and it was where was it? Oh no, it was your number 8.
Yeah.
Which spurred Jason and I for number 1 and 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're excited for that. Okay, my number 6 is the one you didn't even know was coming out. Transformers 1.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I had to look that up after you mentioned it.
Yep.
Huh?
It's the one that doesn't have Peter Cullen.
Oh.
Chris Hemsworth, I think, is in there somewhere.
Yep. John Cena's in there.
Oh.
But it's animated.
Oh, well,
takes place on Cybertron.
I'm definitely not going to watch it then.
I am so excited.
I still got to see.
I'm going to see it.
I still got to see Rise of the Beasts.
So good. But no Peter Cullen. I just saw an old episode of a cake decorating, Duff, the King of Cakes or whatever he's called.
Yeah.
Where they were doing an anniversary for Transformers and they got hired to make a transformable cake. So they made an Optimus Prime transforming cake.
Oh, really?
Yes. They had a rigged platform that would pop up and the arms would swing out. And they had,
you mentioned that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I did mention last week. Yes. So, but
let's see.
No Peter Cullen. That worries me.
It's officially confirmed Transformer along with the voice cast consisting of Chris Hemsworth as Orion Pax, Optimus Prime, Brian Tree Henry as Megatron, Scarlett Johansson as Alita 1, Keegan Michael Key as Bumblebee, John Hamm as Sentinel Prime, and Lawrence Fishburne as Alpha Trion.
Mm.
No.
Hemsworth is not Peter Cullen.
No, but see, and this is something I've kind of wrapped my head around for this kind of stuff, is the guards need to change on some of these franchises.
Yeah.
So,
But Peter Cullen's been Optimus Prime for me for 40 years.
Oh,
Like,
100%.
It's hard to get past that.
100%. But I love Transformers, and I'm curious to see what the next gen is.
Oh, I'll definitely be
You
checking it
know.
out for sure.
But
yes.
Okay, so that makes us up to number 5.
Number 5 is one I only discovered in the last couple weeks, but the trailer looks so much fun, and it's Matthew Vaughn doing what he does best, Argyle.
Ah, yes.
You know, it's just another like variation on the Kingsman kind of playbook, and
It's like
I'm okay
romancing
with
the
it.
stone.
I'm okay with it. You want to give me some silly super spy fun? I'm in.
Mhm.
I don't understand. The trailer looks crazy, and I don't know what the big deal is about the cat in the backpack thing.
Isn't it
but
all about the cat? Isn't it?
I think so.
I don't know. The taglines don't let the cat out of the bag.
I know.
Eh.
And at the theater, they have a big old stand up where like you can go and be in the bag and stuff. Like what? Like I'm curious.
Is it like anything like Keanu? That was.
I don't think so.
That was. Did you see Keanu? That was a fun.
That was
movie.
a Key and Peele.
Oh,
They
So
steal the
chase-
cat.
Everyone wants this kitten,
I remember
and they
that.
actually when they have a dream
Well-
sequence or like a hallucination sequence, and the cat is actually voiced by Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. Well, I remember the trailer when it gets to the end. They say, "Do you want to meet the real Argyle?" And everybody's totally shocked, but they never show you who he
Yep,
is.
exactly.
But then you see the tagline, "Don't let the cat out of the bag." I don't know if that has something to do with, not telling the end
See,
of the movie.
the premise is that somebody writes these stories about an Agent Argyle. It's they're just an author, but their stories end up being eerily accurate, and
Yeah.
so they start getting chased by real spies.
because they want the next chapter. They want a heads up.
Right, and Henry Cavill's playing Argyle, but he's not the real Argyle apparently, according to the trailer.
Right?
So is the cat
Sam Rockwell,
the cat gonna end up being Argyle? Like,
Bryce Dallas Howard.
I'm a little curious now.
but it's Matthew Vaughn. I'm like the guy has been so much fun with all the Kingsman movies and Kick Ass.
I wish he had stayed with the Kick-Ass series.
No, the second one was a little weaker for me compared to the first
Yes.
one.
Because the Kings, I just remember watching the first 2 Kingsman movies. I'm just like, this. Why is he sticking with this? Go back and do more of what I liked.
Kick ass.
Do a sequel.
You and Jim Carrey would get along.
Yeah.
James, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
That's my number 4.
Like Rise of the Planet of the Apes was great. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, I thought went down a bit. And then when they brought it up, like War for the Planet of the Apes, I thought was on another level. Like the animation,
Yeah.
the facial capture was so good. The fact that he could speak more, even like Steve Zahn in there. Woody Harrelson was amazing in that movie, and the way they end it, where it's just a little bit before the shuttle comes back down, probably.
Yeah.
You have like those, like the altars or the bodies are tied up or whatever. And the fact that it's done by Wes Ball, who I thought knocked it out of the park with his Maze Runner trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm psyched for this one.
Me too. Like it's my number 4. I've loved that entire trilogy.
I don't think I watched the third one. I was never massively into the Planet of the Apes stuff, but I did enjoy Rise. I did enjoy the next one,
Dawn.
but I have not watched War. So
Yeah, no, I liked the originals, but I wasn't a fan. Do you know what I mean? Like I watched them, but these 3 to me were just spot on.
Yeah.
yeah, I should watch War because I did enjoy the other ones. It just hasn't been on my radar.
Woody Harrelson's awesome.
Oh man, he's so good in this.
He's good and
And
everything.
then, like I said, Steve Zahn's monkey.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very cautious. I can't remember what his name was. But he was
neither
like-
can I.
He's very timid.
Steve Zahn does a monkey.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was a weird name too. Something like "oh" or "don't" or something. Oh my god! Now it's gonna drive me crazy.
Hang on. It was Bad Ape.
Bad. Here we go.
Bad Ape.
That was his name
That was
Yeah.
all right.
because he was from a zoo. Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, definitely got to watch that.
Okay.
But yeah, so Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Like I thought the trilogy was done, and I was happy.
Yeah.
And then I saw this,
And they
it's
are
like,
continuing it. This is a continuation of that trilogy.
Okay.
because you see Caesar.
Yeah. No, Caesar. Wait a minute.
There was one clip with Caesar, so I don't know if it's just a flashback or.
Oh, okay. Because he does. Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah, he does go.
He goes to monkey heaven.
He goes
To live on a farm.
He goes to live on a farm. Yes, that's where I was going.
Soften the blow. Okay.
That's right. Although with my number 5, it would be cool if they mixed the franchises.
Ooh.
Because I know this one's getting a lot of flack, but I still am dying to see it because this is one of my favorite villains from the Spider-Man universe, Kraven the
Ooh.
Hunter.
Oh,
I'm curious, but it didn't make my list.
that's one of my honorable mentions.
I am curious, but yeah, I'm not that invested.
And it's weird because you have Russell Crowe playing a role in this, and he had a role in Thor: Love and Thunder. This is supposed
He
to
did?
be...
was
Who's
he?
talking?
You are no longer invited to the orgy.
Yeah, get me started again. You see this area down here that looks like a stage? Anyway, and this is supposed to be tied to the Spider-Man universe, which is tied to the MCU.
No.
Ish.
This is Sony's Spider-Man universe.
Yeah, which is tied
This
to the MCU.
Ish. Well,
Ish.
No Way Home did connect them.
It's a multiverse.
A Homecoming connected them.
Nope.
No,
Yeah,
No Way Home did.
Tom Holland's Spider-Man. This is supposed to be connected to that.
I
No.
thought it was in the same universe as Venom.
Venom.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay, which is okay.
That's why it's called the Sonyverse.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Now
it's-
they did cross, but it was because of No Way Home
Yes.
when they did the spell.
Well, yeah, and
when
like-
Tom Hardy was in the
Because-
MCU for that brief moment,
and then Michael Keaton got zapped over there.
in Morbius.
Yes.
Okay,
Some
so if
reason.
it's on the Venom side of it, I get it. It does look good, and that's less confusing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, like to me, the best comic story ever is Kraven's Last Hunt by J.M. DeMatteis.
I never read it, but I've always heard the
Holy
legend. I've heard the
snap.
legend of it. Like it's got a reputation.
It messed with me
Oh yeah.
because it's a 6-part series and it arced over all 3 titles: Web of Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, and Amazing Spider-Man. And it's one of those things where, okay, they're doing a crossover, but here, let's go read another book and we'll see, Spider-Man's still alive. Because that's the first book is Kraven catches Spider-Man and shoots him and then buries him.
Damn.
Right. And it's like, no. So halfway through this series, the annual comes out. And I'm going, okay, this is going to have a Spider-Man story. They're going to say, remember back when Kraven, blah, blah, blah. No, it was just an information book about Spider-Man. He's got these.
Hater, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's probably
Hey, I still love in the post credit for No Way Home when Tom Hardy's talking to himself, just Venom's loves the name Lethal Protector. You can't use that. Call it a stupid name. He's like, cause it is.
Yeah. I love the fact, he's talking to Venom, and the guy's listening to basically one side of it
Yeah.
going, you're cut off, dude.
Yep. But then when he blinks out, he left the seed
He's
behind.
a
And that
little bit of
bartender,
Venom.
I don't know the actor's name, but he was on Ted Lasso.
Oh, cool.
He played a character named Danny Rojas, who is always happy, always optimistic. He just loves to play football. Football is life.
Well, if they follow the comics, he's not going to be like that for long.
No.
No. All right, Jason, number 4.
Number 4 for me, Ryan Reynolds again. I just heard about this movie in the last few weeks. If family movie where a little girl, something happens and she starts to see not only her imaginary friend, but everybody's imaginary friend.
Everybody's.
And then I think Reynolds can see them too.
See,
And they do something there. Like,
Supernatural spoiled me for imaginary friend movies
okay.
because they did a whole episode where imaginary friends are being killed.
Oh, damn.
Yes. And it kind of spoiled me for all these others, but I'm curious to see how they do it.
The trailer for If looks pretty fun. It's a family friendly movie and all that. And so when Reynolds pulls back and it doesn't get all F-bombs and stuff, he's just adorable. and he plays well with kids, and the what I've seen of the imaginary friends that they show, we're seeing like damn near Muppet level stuff.
You should watch the movie Paperman.
Paperman?
Yeah, it's a movie starring Ryan Reynolds and Jeff Daniels, where Jeff Daniels is a writer, and he's grown up.
James
and
says it looks good.
his imaginary friend is Captain Excellent, played by Ryan Reynolds, with like bleach blonde and like a yellow cape and a blue suit. But like he still has an imaginary friend, even though he's a middle-aged man now.
What's that called?
Paperman.
I've never heard
Neither
of it.
have I.
It's got Emma Stone in there,
Paper.
Kieran Culkin.
What? That's one hell of a lineup for never hearing of it.
That's why I'm here.
Oh, yeah, he did say Drop Dead Fred. That's like the best imaginary friend movie.
I'm gonna stick with Paperman.
I haven't seen it. So
I'm curious about that. I
Yeah,
am
me
curious
too.
about this
I think
now.
Lisa Kudrow's in there too.
But
Okay.
if looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Excellent.
Nice.
Let me see. James's number 4 is Alien Romulus.
Mhm.
Mine is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Mhm.
So guess that brings us back to Jason again for number 3.
And this is the only one we don't know for my list.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Oh, the third one.
The third one.
Yeah.
Across the Spider-Verse just opened up such a massive can of worms. Ends on one hell of a cliffhanger. Yes, give me more of that. Because it's animated, they can do so much more with it. And all those different Spider-Man in there, like, yes, but I'm invested in the story, because now we found out that Miles is the cause of all the problems. So
Yeah.
I'm
excited for that.
I want to know what's next. I want to know
Miles is the cause, so I can blame
spoilers.
So I can blame him for hating that movie.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's Miles's fault.
So now you can rewatch it and like it because you know you hate him.
Oh, maybe. Jason Schwartzman was funny.
All right. Then James, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is Joker Folie à Deux.
Oh yeah.
Nope.
I'm
I can't. I
Why?
can't do it. No, because that is a movie that doesn't need a fucking sequel.
Oh, I agree. But when you bring back the same main actor and the director and the writer, despite the fact that it could be a musical,
Not could be, it is.
Well,
Because
we
Lady
still-
Gaga is playing Harley Quinn.
well, that doesn't automatically make it a musical.
Yeah. You think she's going to act in a movie and not sing?
Well, sure. Did she sing in American
American
Horror
Horror
Story?
Story.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's not a movie.
that's
good
a
point.
Well,
What was the one with Adam Driver? Gucci.
yeah, that's
Was
true.
that a movie or is that a
That's
a
a
series?
House of Gucci. That's
House of Gucci.
Ridley,
I thought
Ridley
that was a
Scott.
series. I thought that was a
Nope.
mini series.
Ridley Scott.
Okay.
Nope.
But I'm still very curious just because of how good Joker
Okay.
was,
I'm curious, but I am scared to death it's going to destroy Joker because
because of the ambiguity.
that whole movie is what the heck? What was real?
Yeah, I know.
And now you're going to have 2 people.
If
So
they
they're
can,
going to have to nail
if
down
they can
far more than I
prolong
like.
that, it'll be like quite the
It would be amazing.
magic trick balancing act.
100% amazing if they can do it twice.
Yeah.
But that's what scares me is people try.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm a wait. It's on my honorable mentions because I'm
fair enough.
curious.
Fair enough.
I'm curious. Just they're gonna fuck it up. I feel like they're gonna fuck it up. So,
If he had handed off the reins to another director, I'd be less psyched.
see, and that's why my number 3 has got me nervous. But it's in the right hands with the right people. So I am so curious. Beetlejuice 2.
That's an honorable mention for me.
Yeah. They've got Tim Burton. They've got Catherine O'Hara.
Who's the director on that then?
I don't know.
Is it not Burton?
Is it not Burton?
Let me see.
Of course, there's a lot of movies that he's producer or whatever his name's on, and you find out that he's not, because everyone think like Corpse Bride. That's not Tim Burton.
Yep.
Nightmare Before Christmas is not Tim Burton. He just did everything else.
He produced them.
No, directed Tim Burton. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought.
And the only reason it made my honorable mentions is because it has been this long, and I know Tim Burton likes to go a little too far sometimes, and that's my worry of what's going to happen with this one. But the lineup's there, and they got Jenna Ortega playing Winona Ryder's daughter, So, and she's great.
Willem Dafoe, Monica Bellucci.
I didn't know Willem Dafoe was in there.
Let's
No,
see if
neither
it
did I. Or
doesn't give
Monica
him a name.
Bellucci. What about Alec
oh,
Baldwin and Gina Davis?
I highly doubt Alec Baldwin would be in there.
Monica Bellucci is credited as Beetlejuice's wife.
Really?
Oh shit!
Huh.
Delia Dietz, Lydia Dietz, Beetlejuice. Yeah.
I'm curious,
no.
but it's not like on even an honorable mention for me.
It'd be interesting if they did a Gina Davis, what's his name? Baldwin.
I don't
Alec Baldwin
see,
cameo.
I see because of Alec Baldwin's state right now. I
Oh,
don't. Yeah, he's
yeah.
no.
No, you won't see him.
Nope.
But I am dying to see this one. Like I
I'm
said,
curious. I'm leery. I'm very leery on it because Burton has a tendency to go too far.
but he doesn't usually do sequels,
True.
right?
Well, Alice in Wonderland,
Okay, yeah, that one.
and that's
did.
where he went too far.
See, the other one was Batman Returns.
that was one
which
he-
was great.
That was the case where he didn't direct the sequel.
But
Alice
still,
in
it's got his
Wonderland?
name on it.
Well,
It's a
that's-
Tim Burton film. It
that's
looks like a
true.
Tim Burton
That's
film.
true. That's true.
But still, if he didn't direct it, it doesn't count because he had no control over that. It was the director that would have put all that together. So where is
Alice Through the Looking Glass?
director 44? Yeah, Wednesday. Mars Attacks, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer. Yeah, he only did the first one.
It was James Bobin.
Okay.
So
Right.
I won't credit that one to him because he wasn't at the helm.
I want to see a trailer.
Yeah.
I want to see a trailer for Beetlejuice too.
Yes.
Oh God, so do I. Right now, let's do it. I have an idea.
I'm just glad that they didn't go with what was rumored for so many years about Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian.
Yeah, the one that Kevin Smith was. They asked him to write.
No, that was supposedly the story that Burton was working on. Like I want to say 15 years ago.
I think we should plan a road trip, break into Tim Burton's studios, and steal a cut of Beetlejuice 2 for our dying friend.
Fanboy sequel,
Right? It's got to be done. Okay, on to number 2.
And
And
mine.
yep, Deadpool 2.
Deadpool 3.
Or Deadpool 3, sorry, yes.
I'm surprised this hasn't been mentioned yet.
Well, we're about to find out because yours and mine are the only ones left. We know our number ones: Ghostbuster Frozen Empire for Jason, Ballerina for you, and Deadpool 3 for me.
Okay,
So-
mine's a sequel. The original,
Yeah.
the trailer was amazing. When I initially saw the movie, I was a little bit let down, but that's been the same for a few movies where I later came around and thought were awesome. The movie I saw was awesome. The sequel to this looks amazing. It is Furiosa, a Mad Max saga.
It's a prequel.
That's a prequel.
Prequel, yeah, but still, prequel, sequel.
It's an
whatever.
honorable mention for me because it is a prequel.
And it looks about as good as Fury Road looked in the trailer.
Yes,
I
but
almost thought we were on the same page. Almost. Because mine's a sequel too.
I meant to, I guess I whiffed that. I meant to say prequel, but
But no, yeah, I am curious to
well,
see it.
you might be talking about one of my honorable mentions that is an actual sequel.
We'll find out in a second.
Yep.
Okay.
But yeah, Furiosa, I am interested. Anya
I'm-
Taylor-Joy.
And how Chris Hemsworth looks so goofy. He's
Yeah.
like, lady and gentlemen.
Because I didn't recognize him in the first time I saw the
It's
trailer.
the nose.
Yep. So I am very curious to see what he does with that role.
Same director too.
Did anyone pick Godzilla X Kong? Yes.
that was my number 10.
That was his number 10, and it was my number 11. I bumped it back because of the recent trailer I saw.
It made my number 10 only because Godzilla -1 was so freaking good that bar is set so high.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm curious to see if your number 2
Which-
is my honorable mention.
I read today that Godzilla -1 has made like 90 million now.
On an $11 million budget.
15 million.
$50 million.
50 million.
Still.
But it made 90 million globally, and that's on a limited release, subtitled. So you know that's going to hold back numbers.
Yep.
So it could break 100 million, and it doesn't even have an English release. Like
That's awesome. But yeah, sorry, back to yours. Furiosa, definitely. Because again, Anya Taylor-Joy, there's nothing that she's been in that I've seen that I haven't liked.
You saw Morgan?
No. Is that bad?
No, it's good.
Oh, okay.
But that opening weekend that came, it was directed by, I think it was Luke Scott or Jake Scott. It was either one of Ridley Scott's son or Tony Scott's son. It deals with like artificial human being that was created, played by Anya Taylor-Joy. There was like maybe 9 people on Friday. The entire Saturday of its opening weekend, we had one person. We got a call from like our film booker, like, are these numbers right? I'm like, yeah, we had one person all day. And I don't know if it was the lack of promotion or whatever, but it got buried.
I've never even heard of it.
That's probably why I haven't seen it.
Rooney Mara's in there. I thought it was a good movie.
Well, my 2 favorite of hers are Split and New Mutants.
Did you see The Witch?
Yep. No.
Have you seen any of her movies?
I've seen Split
and New Mutants.
No, I've seen The Queen's Gambit.
She was great in New Mutants.
Oh, man.
Like as
She
magic.
was magic.
Yeah, like,
exactly.
You should see The Witch.
New Mutants.
I do want to see
New
that.
Mutants is like criminally underrated.
Big time.
It is a good movie. Yeah.
That is great. People didn't like it. This is scary, but it's like it pulled one of the best stories from the New Mutant storylines.
And it sucked that it got jumped. Like we had at least 3 or 4 different posters because all the different release dates.
Yeah.
And then it got dumped either right before the pandemic hit or right
After.
Yeah.
I had to wait.
Anyway.
And I hate how they re-edited it because they wanted to include Logan. Because it was supposed to come out before Logan.
And they shoehorned in there's a reference to Mr. Sinister, I believe. Like what they did at the end
Essex
of
Company,
Apocalypse.
Yeah.
But there's references to Mr. Sinister in Deadpool. So
is there?
Yep.
Where?
The orphanage.
Yeah.
It's called Essex House.
Oh. Okay.
Yep. You gotta watch.
Okay.
But yeah.
You're obviously not an X-Men fan.
All right. My number 2. And again, in 2000, I loved this movie.
Oh, yep.
I watched this religiously.
I was there opening day.
Yeah, me too. And it was the trailer that did it, which the music for the trailer was never in the movie, thank God, because it was Kid Rock.
Oh, that was the Super Bowl trailer.
Ba with a ba. Yep. And it's Gladiator 2.
Oh,
yeah.
The only trepidation I have, and it's why Deadpool bumped it, is because it's about Lucius. It's about
Lucius, yeah.
Or Lucius, sorry, yeah.
Lucius.
It's about Maximus's crush, her son.
Yeah. What?
Right? Lucilla? No.
Oh, geez.
God, the number of times I watch this, you'd think I have these names remembered, but I don't.
See, Gladiator, I've never really gone back to Gladiator.
Oh.
Like, I know it's good, but it's just never gone back to.
Connie Nielsen.
But I don't understand
right.
how do you do
Lucilla.
a sequel?
Thank you.
You're right.
Okay.
But how do you do a sequel to that?
Well, because you can't bring him back to life, so you follow.
Yeah.
Oh, the hell! Would you just said his name?
Lucius.
But Denzel's in here too, as a former gladiator who.
That's what I mean. They've got some great cast, and it's Ridley Scott.
And it's Ridley Scott.
Great lineup, sure, but is this a case of you're shoehorning it into a Gladiator property when you could have just tweaked it slightly and called it something else?
That's what we're gonna find out.
They've been trying for years, and it's like, how do you bring back Maximus? Oh, he's going to be in Dream Sequence, or he's going to be a ghost, or whatever. And I'm glad they didn't try and bang out a script back then, and they've waited this long to try and get something that people will believe.
Yep. So,
but if they just said that Ridley Scott was making another, Gladiator type flick like that era or whatever, I think it would do just as well. Tacking it into the Gladiator connection, I think
we won't know until it comes out.
True.
Because it's all based on how they play the story.
Yeah.
Like, does 1 play into 2? Like, are plot elements there from the first one? Because that would make it a true sequel.
Sure.
And it needed to be. If it's just another Gladiator story, then yeah, it should have just been by itself. But we'll find that out coming up.
Yep.
So that only leaves one movie that hasn't, I don't know if it had been mentioned, that's in my honorable mentions, and that was Venom 3.
Yeah, I'm curious on that.
Yeah.
I still haven't watched 2.
Really?
Still haven't watched
Woody Harrelson, awesome in that.
That's what I know. That's what everybody says.
Real quick recap. Number one, Jason's
Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire.
Ballerina.
And I'm Deadpool 3. Now we can talk honorable mentions. That was the only one you had that wasn't talked about?
That wasn't mentioned because it was Gladiator 2, Venom 3, and Oh Jesus, what was it?
No pressure. We're just waiting.
Oh, Craven the Hunter.
Ah, okay.
But I had other ones that I knocked off.
Well,
'Cause I
mine.
had too many at one point.
I have
Yeah.
2 that haven't been mentioned. The Fall Guy.
No.
That trailer looks fun, man.
I did not see that.
I've seen the trailer and it looks
This
fun.
100% is a movie that should have been called something else.
Oh yeah,
Have you ever watched the TV show
yeah.
Yeah.
with Lee Majors?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a
There
stuntman.
is nothing like it.
This is a stuntman who becomes a bounty hunter. It's the same premise. Same premise.
We'll see.
But the trailer looks fun, man. The trailer looks fun.
We'll see.
I'm starting to grow a bit more of an appreciation for Ryan Gosling.
Oh yeah, he's good.
Like, yeah.
It was
but
Barbie that did it.
I still haven't watched Barbie.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I know. I was on Twitter and somebody put up there like, am I alone when a movie has massive hype? I really don't want to see it. And I said, I still haven't given in to Barbenheimer. So.
Dude.
But so yeah, Fall Guys on my honorable mentions, and then another musical, Wicked.
Oh yeah.
A prequel story to Wizard of Oz that's like where they're in college together or something. Like Good Witch and Bad Witch, or it's famous because Kristen Chenoweth and Adele Dazeem, Idina Menzel, that was their like some of their breakout roles or something. The song "Defying Gravity" came from it. They finally have done a film adaptation that's coming out this year, and I know my wife is gonna probably want to see that one, and I'm all in.
Steve liked our list. Thanks, Steve.
I've never
Aaron.
been attracted to that. Well, I've never heard the music or seen the musical. It's just like I'm not that interested.
Yeah.
But I did end up liking Oz the Great and Powerful as a prequel because after being confused, finding out that they were doing a prequel to the actual story and not the Wizard of Oz movie, because the Wizard of Oz movie, it was in her head.
Right, exactly.
Or was it?
Aaron says, "Oh my God, I just saw the last one, and I hope they get the scale right on it this time. The last one, the size of the King Kong and Godzilla kept changing."
That would be funny if it was intentional.
Well, and I think that's the other thing that killed me with this buddy cop run is they don't.
You keep calling it that, and I'm not gonna be able to see it any other way.
I can't now either. If I can't, you can't. But they don't look like the big, powerful beasts they should be.
Yeah,
and that drives me insane.
Now, if Toho does a Godzilla versus Kong flick, I want it.
I want to see it.
I want to see Toho do that, but
Yeah.
I don't think they can get the rights to Kong.
Yeah. My 4 honorable mentions are Madam Web. I'm curious to see how that connects.
That trailer is not doing anything for me.
Again,
I've seen
I
it a
know
bunch
the
of
comic
times.
stuff, so I'm curious to see how the comic is incorporated.
Sure.
Right. Bob Marley, One Love.
I'm not enough of a fan, but I get it. Sure.
Right. Nosferatu.
I didn't even know that was a thing until doing this
with
list.
Bill Skarsgård.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
And then finally, and this one, again, I wanted this on my list so bad, but it is an untitled The Karate Kid film.
No,
Yes.
no, because I heard about that and I heard what
Yes.
they want to do.
Yes.
Fuck no.
And he's already signed on.
No.
Yes.
No.
Ralph Macchio's in it. William Zabka, Jackie Chan.
Jaden Smith.
Fuck off.
I don't know if Jaden's in it. I know Jackie Chan is signed on.
No.
I think it's good because this will give that some legitimacy having that title. Because I agree, it should not have that title if it's not even connected. Because he's teaching him kung fu. Okay,
Yeah.
that's just one. But this way,
Cobra Kai was enough. Okay, we
Cobra Kai's a blast.
don't need any more. We don't need any more.
We need one more untitled Karate Kid film.
No.
Yes, we do. Yes, we
God.
do.
That's one that, as you can see, it makes me angry because no.
I'll see Madam Web, but I'm not betting on it. That's kind of where I'm sitting on it, which is why it didn't hit my top 10.
I'm telling you that
that's
Madam
how-
Web trailer is not doing anything for
That's
me.
how I kind of feel about Quiet Place Day One.
And Bob Marley movie looks good, and I'm a fan of the music. That's it with me too. Like, I like his music, but I love his story. And that's why I'm very curious to see all of it.
I won't see that one in the theater, but I will check that out when it's at home.
Bob Marley and Daniel LaRusso. Those are the two
God.
that mean the most right now. Yes.
No.
James, we found a nerve.
As soon as I heard they were thinking about another Karate Kid movie and Ralph Macchio was okay, and then they said they were connecting it, I'm like, nah!
I'm gonna start plucking this. I gotta.
Because you know damn well that it's not going to make sense for them to cross them over like that. There's no way in hell they're going to be able to make that work and make sense.
They made you believe an alien came from space for some rocks. Okay, they can make people believe stuff in movies. It's all about the story.
No.
Wait a minute.
Now, anytime I get like this, especially on a what if kind of situation, I will. I'm happy to be proven wrong. Okay, I hope it comes out and it is good. I do. I have no faith in that whatsoever.
And see, this could even work anymore because I'm wondering, did Jackie Chan play Mr. Miyagi? But he didn't. He played Mr. Han. So it was a totally different name.
I never watched the damn flick. I had no interest.
How can you criticize something you've never seen?
Jaden Smith. That's why.
Okay, I can't fault that. I can't.
Jaden Smith's only worthwhile acting performance was Pursuit of Happiness.
Bob Marley. That's what they're talking about. Sorry, his story is fantastic. Should be a great film. I thought they were talking Daniel LaRusso.
There's only one other movie in existence that touches a nerve like that he also hasn't seen.
Oh, that's true.
Which one's that?
Oh, I don't know if we should.
The sun will come out.
Nah. Yes.
All I know is Daniel LaRusso's Italian and Jackie Chan is Asian.
Mm-hmm.
They have not changed that.
Sure.
So you're good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're good there. Yes.
Yep.
Who's older, Jackie Chan or Ralph Macchio?
I have to say Chan.
Jackie Chan.
Chan's probably got at least a decade on him, I think.
Okay.
At least a decade.
Let's find out.
Probably
We're going to
more
answer
than
this
2.
question before we
I think
go
Ralph
off the
Macchio's
air.
got to be in his 60s now.
Okay.
Late 50s, 60s for sure.
Jackie Chan was born April 7th, 1954.
So he's 70. Or going to be 70.
Going to be 70.
Yep.
And I'm trying to pull the other one up fast, but of course it's going slow because I have pressure.
Yeah, Ralph Macchio, 1961.
61. So he's
7 years older than.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
But see, freaking Ralph Macchio is another one of those Paul Rudd motherfuckers.
I know.
They don't age.
Well, okay. Macchio, at least he's showing some age.
You're seeing a little bit of wrinkle.
It's still not as far as, okay, if he's that old, he's in his 60s and he looks like that. That ain't fair. Paul Rudd, Paul Rudd,
What year was Macchio born?
61.
61.
61. Okay.
You know who's only a year younger than Ralph Macchio? James Marsters.
Really?
Yeah. 62. Well, 1962. I mean.
Okay.
But he is
Marsters or Marsden?
Marsters.
Spike from Buffy.
Oh,
okay.
yeah. He is starting to show his age.
It looks like he has 8 years on Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd was born April 6, 1969.
Paul Rudd.
Okay.
I remember them making the comment. Paul Rudd is the same age Wilford Brimley was when he made the first.
I know. That's insane. Same with you look at All in the Family. Archie Bunker and Edith were in their 40s when they filmed that show.
Really?
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
They look freaking ancient. Okay. And on that note, for another week at the Movie Madhouse, I'm Rob.
I'm James.
I'm Jason.
We'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Toodles.
Shut up! It's a madhouse!